Juju, the African mythology podcast you never knew you needed. Vibes.
Actually, how long was it actually?
Pardon?
How long was it actually? Like
The pause.
the second?
No, it was a few seconds. It was like maybe like 10 or 5 to 10. We're no mythologists, just two young Nigerians with a relatively recent interest in African mythology and storytelling.
Mad.
Mad!
Okay, now I can start. In each episode, we'll recount various myths and legends from across the continent, drawing parallels between them and popular culture today.
It's all vibes, not juju. Hello!
Hey guys!
Oh my god, guys! Hello!
Oh my god, we missed you!
We actually missed you guys. Like, yeah. We
Okay,
missed you guys.
this is very embarrassing.
Yeah.
We're sorry. We just want to just imagine us on our hands and knees.
Yes.
No, no hands. Sorry, no hands and knees. No jokes. Sorry. On our knees. So this starts with chaos. Okay.
Sha, we are very sorry. What do we say? What can we say? We can just say that we are back after, you know, a hiatus. You
You
know,
know.
we just
You
dropped,
know.
3 little cute episodes. Left you guys for a year. Hope your 2022 was good, by the way. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And we've decided that actually we need more, we need more vibes in the world. So we decided, let's come back and just inject it.
Yep. Yeah. Like we need to give it to them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Could hear you guys, crying. Okay, sorry, we're being okay. Now we're being a bit, the audacity is getting a lot.
Yeah.
But
Quite audacious.
but honestly, we apologize for the long length of time
Yeah.
since our last episode.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that is really all we have to say about that.
Yeah. And I know some of you must be wondering, why did they just, leave? Is it laziness? Is it, you know, what we can say is
Multifactorial.
yes. The reasons are
That's
singular and also plentiful. We were dead and now we're back to life. But we're so happy to be back.
we are so happy to be back with you guys. You guys have been good.
Yeah. And we're just gonna, we're gonna kick things off like we normally do, you know. Let's get into it. What's the vibe of the week? What's the vibe?
Vibe of the week.
The vibe of the week is well, it's actually the vibe of the past few weeks. It's this anime that I've been watching on Netflix. Quite an old anime actually. I think it was like made in the late 90s. I'm always watching an anime every time. Oh god. I'm such a weeb. Yeah. But I was like, I'm gonna sound such like I live in like a basement or something. That's how I sound.
Oh
That's
my
how people
god.
like imagine people that watch anime. But yeah, this anime that is sort of set in post World War II Germany, and
Mm.
it's basically it's a very like complex like storyline,
Mm.
but it's basically about this neurosurgeon who
Oh my
gets
god, is it monster?
yes
tell
RIP
us about it.
headphone
Tell us about
users.
it. Sorry, I
RIP
interrupted.
headphone users. I'm so sorry
Oh yeah.
for the screaming. Um, but it's basically about this neurosurgeon who basically goes down this tangled web of like murder mysteries,
Mm,
conviction, like
mm,
a lot of different things. He goes through a lot.
mm,
And it's just very interesting because to be fair, like I didn't really haven't really like looked much into like the history of like how Germany was like post World War II, and even like up to like because this is like set like probably 30 to 40 years. Yeah, 30 to 40 years post World War II, and how the tensions were still there despite quite a length of time passing, and the political climate, and East and West Germany and all that was going on. So yeah, it's like a really interesting storyline. And yeah, I'm enjoying that. Have you watched it?
yeah.
It's called Monster, by the way, if you didn't get from our
Yes.
screaming. Um,
Screaming
but
and
yeah, it's really, really
screaming.
good.
It
Have you
is.
watched it?
I have. So I started it like I don't know. I started it a few weeks ago, and yeah, it really is very unique.
Mm,
And yeah, it does, like you say, it does examine an interesting time in history, and obviously, like if you're into like mystery and thrillers and stuff, it just delivers on all fronts
mm.
regards to that. So yeah,
Yeah, it probably
that is a
described it
good
as like a
one.
psychological thriller, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think that's how
yeah,
I would describe it.
yeah.
But yeah, like that and the political climate as well and everything, like it just makes it like so much more interesting. And
Yeah, yeah. I think it always like tops the list of like top animes of all time.
yeah,
Like it's
it's
always
quite
it's there.
legendary. Like
Yeah,
it's always some people's like a lot of people who would
must watch
their top 10,
lists. Yeah,
top
yeah.
10
It's really
best
good.
anime. So
It's really good.
how about
Okay.
you? What's your vibe?
Yeah, my vibe. So there've been several vibes. There are always several vibes. So music wise, I've been listening to a lot more Afro beats of late, but there's like one song I keep like replaying. It's
Mm.
um
Ashake?
not even
Oh,
Ashake,
okay, sorry,
but
okay. I don't know what I thought.
yeah, guys, if you all don't know anything about Ashake, just yeah, he's great.
He is.
But actually, it's this song called "Dangerous" by Check and featuring Ira Star. It's
Oh,
actually really good. It's really really
okay.
good, and
I'll have a
the
listen.
video is a vibe as well. The video is a vibe. Um, yeah, and movies wise, I started watching this mystery thriller on Netflix with what's his name, Michael Ealy. Uh,
I'm not gonna say anything about Michael Ealy because it may not be appropriate. It may not be safe for work.
it may
But
not.
you know,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
he is a man.
Yes,
He is
he
a
is.
man.
He is
That's
male.
all I have to say.
That is really all that needs to be said. I also started Queen's Gambit as well.
Oh, you finally
Yeah,
did. Yeah,
I know, and like now, I just want to buy a chess set and
yeah,
play
yeah.
chess.
It
Yeah,
made me want to learn how to play chess. Um, yeah, yeah. That show is like it's like kind of like sorry about that, guys. Um,
Dun, dun,
um,
dun, dun, dun.
hey, don't make fun of my. But yeah, it's kind of like a quiet. I don't know. It's weird.
Hmm.
Like it's very impactful, but in a quiet way. I don't know how to explain it. It's very
Mm,
it's quite.
yeah.
I didn't really because I usually get very bored of shows like
Mhm.
that, just very like
Mhm.
quiet and like
Mhm.
kind of slow paced.
Subtle,
But I don't know.
slow
I find
burn.
it very like
Yeah.
captivating for some reason.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's the main the actress that
And the
plays.
actress. Yeah.
She's like I can't remember
So
what's her name again.
captivating. Anya Taylor Joy, I think.
Oh yes, oh yeah.
Yeah.
She has like yeah this like way of acting that just like I don't know captivates you immediately. I
Yeah.
don't know how she does it, but yeah, she's
Yeah.
amazing. But yeah, cool.
Yes. So I'm sure you guys are wondering, these people, they've been gone for so long. What are you going to tell us? What are you going to say? Obviously, we're going to be back with a bang.
It's a
It's the month of
banger.
February. It's
It's the
the month
month
of
of
love,
love. You know.
you know. So we gonna come on theme for y'all. We gonna bring a theme, a lovely theme.
It's him.
Um, so who better to start things with than the African embodiment of all things, well, goddess, mythological figure of all things related to love, birth, beauty, femininity, and just ultra goddessness. Asha!
Like should have done like a drum roll.
It's okay, I will insert it.
No, please don't.
Okay.
Please. No.
Insert here.
Oh god. Oh god. I can just see this in post. Anyway, it's fine. Yeah, so Oshun, she's legendary. Well, in some circles, she's legendary. I don't know. Not everybody may be familiar with her, but I feel like she's quite popular. I feel like a lot of people
Yeah.
know about her.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like if you don't, people who know, like, if you don't know very much about African mythology, at least you may have heard of Oshun. Like, she's one of the most, I would say, one of the most popular, if not in recent years, yeah, the most popular, at least African goddess. I think even in general, African goddess or god, I think she's the most well renowned, like, globally.
Yeah, I think especially like with the rise of kind of feminism
Mm,
and girl power and
mm,
things like that. Like people have really sort of like latched onto her as
yeah,
like a an example to like emulate and
yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
get in with their feminine energy and things like that. So,
Yes.
I
Yes.
think she's quite like an empowering goddess, especially if you're a woman. I think if you're a man
Mm.
as well, like you could probably feel empowered by her as well. But yeah, especially for women, I think.
Yeah, I mean, she's been the thing with Ocean, like she's been revered, not only just like independently by like normal regular people like us. Obviously, most notably Beyonce's Lemonade. She was referenced across like various media
Mm.
forms. And actually I never heard about Oshun until Lemonade. Um and I remember like after listening to the album, well, listening to a few songs on the album. Sorry, I'm trying to, I think I'm trying to actually unleash the hive onto me myself by saying I only listen to a few songs. I would, anyways, Beyonce is the one that introduced me to Oshun. And I just wanted to know more about who she was, what she represented, and why she was so venerated, even
Yeah,
like in popular culture today. um but guys, this podcast is, it's a vibe, so we
it's
may
a
just scratch the surface, um
yeah,
and
definitely
but I will say, despite our research, may not be as in depth as
some scholars.
yes, but we may need to record a part two, just because I would say Osho has been one of the more easy gods to like research, just because of the like number of sources available and because of how popular she is.
Yeah,
um
definitely.
so yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Get into it. Yeah. So, Oshun is probably obviously, like we said, like one of the goddesses I wanted to talk about for a long time. And she's obviously very popular and loved among the West African pantheons. And I think actually among like, yeah, even other African pantheons from other parts of Africa as well. So as we kind of have a bias towards Yoruba deities, but she's another Orisha of the Yoruba people, and she represents water, purity, fertility, love, and sensuality. So very strongly feminine attributes. Um, she's also known for her more human attributes such as vanity, jealous, and spite. Yes.
And that's on period.
She That's on period. She can be a little petty, but we can all be a little petty
Yeah.
sometimes.
That's what makes
And
us so relatable.
that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. If I could describe her in a few words, goddess of feminine energy, that would literally be it. She's very well known as like a nurturer, protector, and almost like a savior of humanity, and therefore she's felt to be one of the most powerful deities among the Orishas. She's sometimes known as the maintainer of spiritual balance or the mother of sweet things or like of sweet waters. She's usually called her like mother of sweet waters. And it sometimes says that humanity would not exist without Oshun. So
Mm,
she's quite pivotal, like in Yoruba mythology,
mm,
or I should for like being very important in like the world's creation.
mm,
Uh, and yeah, I feel like that's actually one thing that's not really talked about a lot. That like
mm,
she actually is well in the Yoruba kind of historically and stuff. She's actually very important in like the world's creation as well. And it's often said that humanity would not actually exist without. Did I say that already? I forgot. Who cut it out? I can't remember. Yeah,
yeah,
whatever.
fine.
Cut
It's
out.
fine.
Yeah, so she's often sought after in times of drought,
Mm,
famine, or severe poverty, or
mm,
also by women who are struggling to conceive because obviously she's the goddess of like fertility.
mhm,
Um, so like when I was like trying to like imagine like what Oshun would look like, I don't know. I imagined, yeah, what she said to look like is kind of like what I imagined. So what do you think
mm.
she looks like?
Honestly, like, so obviously I've read a few sources
Mm,
that kind of describe what her appearance is. I mean, I just picture like obviously very gorgeous,
mm,
very like otherworldly appearance, mystical, very flowy, like probably maybe she's wearing like a dress and it's very
yeah,
like
definitely.
flowy. I don't know, maybe just I don't know, maybe just because of the Beyonce influence, but like that dress that Beyonce wore in the hold up video, the yellow dress,
Yeah.
that kind of movement and that kind of flow, like those kind, like a garment like that, she would be wearing that. Maybe not yellow, maybe like white
Mm,
color. But yeah, very very stunning. But also like, there's some people that are just so gorgeous, like it's scary.
yeah. Is that
So
or is
that,
that like that kind of level? Like if
yes,
you see
that
them in
level.
person, you're like,
I can't really look you in the
are
eye
you real?
because I
Because
don't
you're
know if you're of
actually
this world.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Um so yeah, so that's kind of like hit the nail on the head really. She
Mm,
actually I think yellow is actually attributed to her. It's quite unclear why like everywhere you kind of see her portrayed, like yellow is always there, or like she's wearing like a yellow flowy dress, or
mm,
um I couldn't really like see exactly why yellow was her color, but I think it's just God that's like every god has like a color that's like Shango is like red.
yeah.
I think it's like kind of like sunshine and I don't know, just like vibrant. Like she just like very like a very vibrant god and like loves like kind of like flashy things. So yellow is quite like
Mm,
a bright color. That's
mm,
the only reason where that I could think of.
mm,
Um, but of course, yeah, Osho has to be fine. She's beautiful. She's a beautiful, beautiful goddess.
yeah.
Um, and she's usually adorned with like ornaments like gold, brass, beads, mirrors, elaborate fans. And she's also thought to love things that are like very glittery and shiny. She's a girl's
Mm.
girls, she's a girl.
She's a
I,
girl.
and yeah, and she's also linked like number 5 for some reason. I don't know. I don't know why
See
number
why I
five.
said she's scary.
Yeah,
That's the
it's
random
not the
number.
number that I would really I don't know. When I think of numbers that are glamorous, I don't think
Five
of
is a
five.
scary number though. It's a
Yeah,
scary number
are
because
you
it's just
scared
so
of number
random. It's
five?
frightening actually. You guys never saw five and you
And
were frightened?
shook in fear. Yeah. I think that's
Mm,
just you. I'm sorry.
okay,
Um,
okay.
but yeah, she's usually if she's like in an animal form in pictures, she's usually like pictures as like a peacock or vulture.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
yeah, very
We're
kind
gonna
of like
go. We're gonna tell you guys a bit more about that
oh,
peacock and
okay,
vulture.
okay,
Yeah, we're gonna
okay.
let you guys
Give me
know. There are
the
gonna be a few
story.
stories. All right. Sorry to
You're
interrupt, but
so
just need to say that.
unserious.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is vibes. This is not see. If you came for a serious mythology podcast, exit stage left because this is
I
actually
mean, we
not
want you to stay as well.
okay.
Maybe
Okay,
we can
sorry. Okay,
convert you,
sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
but
I'm sorry. Um, but
yes, just accept it. Thank you.
thank you.
When Nigerians are
You're
going to
like,
be
you're
polite.
like, you're like,
Thank
please.
you.
You're like, please
Please
don't
don't
drag
go.
them. Please don't go. Don't go. Okay. Okay. But
Uh,
please stay. If you are
please
also here for serious things, we also welcome
stay.
you as well.
Yes.
But we really, really welcome you on serious.
Yes.
But
We work the most. The
yes,
most.
the most actually. So she is celebrated in a festival in Oshobo, which is actually in Oshun State, which
Hmm.
has the same yeah, she has the same name of that state. Um, around a river every year. Her popularity is due to many things. Obviously, we cannot downplay Beyonce's influence in that. Like even when because the only sort of imagery that I thought she did was in that hold up video, but
Mm.
even in like other, I think maybe in the beginning of that same video when she's like floating in the water.
Water.
Obviously,
Yeah.
her shoe is like
Yes.
also in the water
Yes.
as well. And even
Yes.
like performances, she's kind of
Mm.
dressed as, and she literally said, "I am Oshun" in one of her performances. So like all those conspiracy theories were like, oh, I think she's and then she's actually like, actually,
I
I am
actually
actually trying to
this is
portray
not
her.
really even symbolism. Actually,
It's
it
just
just
outright.
is. It's just is what it is.
It just is what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, so obviously due to Beyonce, she's also been more popular. But I think probably the origin of like where she gained popularity is, as usual, that unfortunate thing called the slave trade.
Hmm.
And she's been um obviously carried along in the slave trade to like a lot of, especially like South American countries like Brazil, Cuba, and yeah, she's revered in those regions. So yeah, I just wanted to like just pose a question, just like, why do you think Beyonce is so enamored with Oshun?
I think because Beyonce is kind of all about like I mean, yeah, she's always been about like female empowerment and strength
Mm,
and being like as a woman being proud of being a woman and
yeah.
just kind of um yeah, throughout her career she's always had very strong feminist themes. And when you even look at like some of the stories I'm going to discuss today, which kind of shed some
Mm,
more light on Oshun's personality or her characteristics and her strengths, a lot of those traits are traits that kind of we see in Beyonce, and traits that she tries to kind of highlight not
mm,
only in her art but even the way she carries herself, the way she presents herself to the world, the way she shows up in the world, and the way she encourages women to also show up. So I think she just has a lot of like a lot of people, she just has a lot of respect for Oshun and a lot of the things that she symbolizes. And yeah, I just think that's it. Yeah, she's
Mm.
just a popular Oshun, just a popular goddess amongst women as a source of like empowerment, self-empowerment. um yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
pretty much it.
yeah. Totally agree. Yeah, I think like because we were looking at like some forums before we got on here, and it's like amazing. Like so many people actually like even like struggling with their like daily lives, like they look to Oshun for like strength and like guidance and yeah, it's so like yeah, it's quite yeah, I think it's just like very inspiring goddess. And yeah, you can kind of draw. And she also feels kind of like it I would say I don't want to exalt any gods or any other pantheons, but I would say like out of all the goddesses and the gods, like I feel like she feels like the most human and the
Oh my
most like
gosh, you're so
relatable.
right.
Maybe
You're
I'm
so
probably
right.
biased because I am a woman, but um like I feel like other gods and goddesses sometimes they feel very like removed,
That's a
whereas
really
like
good
yeah,
point.
she's very like she seems very I don't want to say accessible. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but
I
um
mean, even as you said earlier on, like her drawbacks, vanity, jealousy, like those are very much human traits. Like you
mm,
can, even though she is a goddess, even though she's this like supreme, um, otherworldly being, she has faults, and
yeah,
she has things that obviously are that not that beautiful, not that perfect. And that's what it means to be human,
yeah,
really. Imperfection.
definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm excited to hear about these stories.
Yeah, I think that's a great segue, because you'll be like, okay, guys, you're saying all this great stuff. Now tell us, what is it about Oshun? What did she do? Why do we care? Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all. So basically, like almost every previous episode, I'm gonna reference the Yoruba creation story. I swear we've mentioned this on like maybe we
200
we have.
episodes. Well,
Yes,
actually, sorry, we if we had 200 episodes.
if we did have 200 episodes, maybe 160 of them we would have mentioned. That's the equivalent ratio.
For sure.
Yeah. So
Manifestation.
yes. Anyways, so we've got the Yoruba creator god Olodumare sitting far up in the heavens, and then we've got the Orishas, the other gods, who are kind of, obviously they're still gods, but like they're like a step. It's like Zeus and everyone else, like in Greek mythology. So other gods, like the Orishas, they like to leave the heavens and the skies, and they actually roam amongst other people on earth. Um, the Orishas have different things that they're in charge of. So we talked about in our second episode, gods of thunder, Shango, who ruled over thunder, lightning, fire. Another goddess who we haven't touched on yet, but we will at some point. Yemoha. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
Moja.
Okay. Okay. Anyways, she is more like a fertility goddess. She's called the mother of all. She protects pregnant women. And you have Oshun, who is actually the youngest Orisha of the 17 Orishas. So, where do we find Oshun? Most commonly, she's in the waters of the world, such as the streams and the rivers. So, as referenced in Beyonce's hold Up video, which started with, her in the water. Oshun is like the goddess of water, and she's also the goddess of fertility. Obviously, when you think about fertility, pregnancy, you've got the babies, floating in, the fluid, the amniotic fluid, and all of that. um So just that image, creation, rebirth, that's kind of what Oshun is all about.
Mm.
So basically, some of the Orisha decided, hey, this Olodumare guy, who does he think he is? He's all the way up there in the sky. We hardly see him. Why do we have to obey him? We're gods as well. What does he know about ruling the world? We are the ones doing we doing the grunt work. We're on the front lines. We're on the front lines. We're controlling everything on earth. What's he actually doing? So they thought they didn't need him anymore. Oludmare was like, he was just laughing. He said, okay,
Exactly. Okay, you got
okay,
one.
okay. He said, okay, if people want to rebel, that's fine. Um, he could have, struck them down as supreme gods do, but he decided, I'm going to withhold the rain and there will be dryness in the land, on the planet. And so all the rivers, the lakes, the streams ran dry. There were no crops. Animals were dying. People were dying. And people cried out to the Orisha, guys, save us.
Please, help,
What
help.
did we do to you people? What did we do to you? We've not done anything wrong. Like, why is this happening? The Orisha heard them and they knew that they were like, it's actually us that I think we may have gone a bit too far with the Olodumare, you know, guy. We thought that, we could do it all, but yeah, he showed us who he was. So they pleaded with him to bring the rain, but Olodumare was too far away and did not hear. So
Mm.
when I read that line, I thought to myself, I just had an image of Olodumare just chilling in the sky,
Just clipping his
maybe.
nails,
Yeah,
like getting
just
fanned by
yes.
someone. It's like,
And they're crying. People are crying and dying, and he's just there. He's chilling. Anyways, they asked for forgiveness. They promised to obey him, to change their ways. But again, he was like, "Yeah, whatever, guys." So they even tried to, the Orisha. They tried to, because obviously they were trying to reach him from Earth, and they weren't able to get to him. So they said, "Okay, let's meet him in his house, let's go to the heavens," but they couldn't reach him there. So Oshun said, I can try, let me try. The other Orisha laughed at her. They underestimated her completely. They were like, there's no way you're going to be able to do what we can not do. You are the youngest Orisha, you're the smallest of us. How can you how can you imagine that you'll be able to do what we were not even what we couldn't.
yeah. I mean,
um
it's always the youngest that has the most audacity.
that
You
is
have to say,
true.
it's always the
That is
youngest.
true. That is
They
true.
always be
Last
doing
borns
things.
out there, shout out to all last borns, because you'll be doing the most. Okay, okay, okay. They told Oshun, they said, just go back sitting there looking pretty. Yes, they pulled that card, but Oshun persisted. And after, out of sheer desperation, nothing was working. The other Orisha were like, okay, fine, whatever, try. But again, they didn't expect her to succeed. So I think that's a very like common, you saying that Oshun seems like the most human god.
Mm,
That's a common feeling that a lot of people, if not every person, has experienced, feeling underestimated and feeling like you're being put in a box. As women, a lot of times
yeah,
we're put in a box. People think, oh, you can't do it because you're too small, or you can't do it because you don't look like you'll be able to do it. And people are quick to label women, are quick to label, different groups of people.
definitely.
But Oshun didn't let that limit her. She turned herself into a beautiful peacock, and she flew off towards the heavens. It was so far that her feathers began to fall off. Um, as she moved closer and closer to the sun, her feathers were scorched, and all the beautiful, delicate feathers just were completely scalded.
Sorry, can
Um,
people fly?
to my knowledge, they cannot. But you know what?
That's my knowledge.
You know what?
No, I'm just thinking about it. I was like, I don't know if peacocks fly. I can't remember. Okay. I don't think they fly. But she's Oshun.
You know
She's
what? I'm not
see,
surprised. I'm not
she
surprised that
has she has to use the most
yeah.
beautiful bird to fly. See, all the other birds were not beautiful enough.
Is it
Even they could
chicken
fly.
or
Yeah.
turkey? That don't have the same effect.
Chicken
She turned into a turkey.
or a pigeon.
Oh my gosh.
What is it?
Oh my god.
Pigeons the worst. Or worse, even a
Yeah.
seagull. Oh no.
Oh
Said
no.
I must
Nah.
see if I'm gonna fly to the
If I'm
heavens,
gonna
I'm
fly,
gonna
I'm
look
gonna fly in
good.
style. I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
look good while I'm doing it. Okay.
look good.
So she was determined to reach Olodumare and she flew on despite the fact that her feathers were literally burning. Um, she got to the point where she was like almost ready to give up, but somehow she reached the home of the creator god, Olodumare. She collapsed in his arms and he saw that she had actually been transformed from this gorgeous peacock into a vulture. Olodumare took her and then nursed her back to health. He said, um, according to this article um, by the Unitarian Universalist Association, that your beauty, your bravery and determination has softened my heart. I will bring the rains. And he did. From now on, you, Oshun, will be the messenger of the house of Olodumare, and I will communicate only through you.
That's
So
so
she returned.
nice.
Exactly. She returned to the earth to honor and praise, and her gifts of determination and inner strength save the world. Yeah. So I think that story in itself just encompasses, it's so inspiring, and it just encompasses another quality that's intricately human, being underestimated but working harder than you ever thought you could work to kind of overcome those expectations that have been put, or lack of expectation that has been put projected onto you, and coming out on top, being the underdog. um
Yeah,
so that
definitely.
story is just so relatable, it's so universal, it's the hero's journey, it's the hero's story. And yeah, that just shows you why Oshun is so, she's so
She's
respected and yeah, so venerated in so many regions of the world.
yeah, she's literally a boss. And yeah, the
She
fact
is a
that she's
boss
the
lady.
youngest even explains even more why she's the way she is as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, it gives yeah, that's what that does. She just gives like youngest. She has very youngest sibling energy, and like yeah,
Energy.
it's just like yeah, youngest siblings are always like the most ambitious and the most
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they don't think anything can stop them and
Yeah.
yeah, um, but yeah, quite quite interesting. That's quite interesting.
Yeah, they dance to the beat of their own drum.
Sorry, you can't see us, but we're dancing.
Yes, we are dancing. Okay. Alrighty. So that is one story. The next one. The next one. Okay. So the next one is kind of takes another I don't know if it's like the same story, but maybe like an alternate version because it sounds pretty
Mm,
similar. Again, um, it kind of centers around Oshun being underestimated again. So this story has more to do with creation. So Olodimare sent Oshun down to the earth to create a world, to create the world. And while they admired the other gods, the other male gods, they admired her beauty. They didn't think they needed her help to create the world. Um, And Oshun was frustrated because she was like, I'm not being respected, I'm not being revered, and I know I'm that chick and I deserve more. So she left, and she went to the moon, and she lounged on the moon. She was chilling, self care, reminding herself in the mirror. She didn't try to
She's like in the
convince,
mirror, like, yeah, I'm that
yeah,
girl.
I'm that
And
girl.
like, giving like manifestations. She's
Oh
like,
yeah, I think
"Mhm."
about that song. What's that song? That Beyonce song. I'm too classy for.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
Eh,
dun.
I don't know
That's-
copyright. Yeah.
that-
Okay.
I don't think our voice is that rendition can be cooperated by anyone. If
You
they
know
are,
what?
that's criminal.
Well,
If they try to copyright that, and also an insult to Beyonce, because to
well,
say it's not
stranger
anything.
things have happened.
Okay, true. That is true. But yeah, that's probably the kind of song that she was singing when she was looking in the mirror. She was like, "Yeah,
Yes, literally. So Oshun didn't try and convince the male gods, oh, like you guys aren't respecting me. Oh my god, like you guys are not, you're not giving me, you don't value me. She didn't bother like trying to demand respect. She just left, and she knew that they wouldn't really get anywhere without her. Um, and when she left, being the goddess of water, fertility, birth, the earth dried up. There was no water, no plants, no animals, no life. The gods didn't know what was happening because they didn't. Sorry, I'm not trying to be like generalized, but sometimes some guys like are a bit oblivious to things. So they didn't even connect that the reason that they were failing to create plants and animals and life form was because Oshun wasn't there. They probably didn't even notice she wasn't there. They were confused, and they told Olodumare, you told us to create the world, but we're struggling.
something's not right."
Olodumare looked at them and was like, "Where is Oshun?
It's like, "Are you stupid?
He like,
Are you
where is
intellectually
she?"
deprived?" Sorry, sorry, sorry. I
Literally,
don't want to insult the men. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean. Please don't start a Twitter thread. I'm sorry. Please don't insult me. But
yes,
you
but
know,
basically yes. So he explained to them that Oshun, her love, her beauty, her energy was needed to create the world and to bring life to it. The gods, the other gods, the other um deities, they apologized to Oshun. They begged her to come back, and they were like, "Please provide your life-giving energy and love." She accepted their apology, but said, "Never, Stanley, never in your life, never in your life treat me dismissively again. Don't you try it as a real danger woman.
if you dare,
If you dare." And upon her return, the world became fertile and beautiful.
I love that third word. There's just if you know what is good for you,
If you know what is
you
good
won't do
for
this
you,
thing
that's
again.
that's the vibe. That's the vibe.
That's literally what she gave. Yeah.
So yeah,
She's
yeah.
really giving. That's like, yeah, she's so relatable. Cause yeah,
Mm,
that's exactly how I would feel if people were
mm.
like saying, I'm not, important, or I don't have anything to contribute. I'd be like, okay, fine, your loss, juices,
Peace.
peace,
Literally.
because
And that just shows like as much as she was a creator, she could also be a destroyer.
yeah, oh,
Um
for sure,
because she was quite retributive and angry, and if she felt like she was being done wrong, she was gonna punish people by yeah,
like, yeah,
leaving and all of that, knowing that yeah.
it would not get very. I mean, first, I mean, maybe this may not have been the first straw. There were
Mm.
probably multiple,
Multiple
disrespects,
incidences,
you
yeah.
know, and then she
Multiple
was like,
occasions
this,
of dismissiveness and disrespect, and she was like, I am
I've
not
had it,
taking this. I've
I've
had
had
it.
enough.
Yeah, it's because it does say in the story that she was frustrated, so it probably took a while for her to get to that point. But when she got to that point, yeah, it got real.
It got real. And the fact that they didn't even notice, that's actually, yeah, they didn't even like notice that that was the reason why. Like that's even, I would even be more insulted if,
Yeah,
thank God Oshun was not there at that moment. Because if she
yeah,
was, she may
yeah.
not have come back,
She
even with the
will not
apology.
have. She really would not have. She really would not have.
We would take all the barrier to come and beg
She
her.
just gives. She's just like a like almost like she's just a woman, like a normal girl, like
Yeah, that's like she
no,
just gives like such
yeah,
relatable energy, which is
relatable
why
energy. Yeah,
I think so many people like really, admire her and
she stands up for herself. She's brave. She's determined. She knows her self worth, and she doesn't compromise on that.
yeah. I
So
think she shows that because
yeah,
I feel like, yeah, when you sort of think about like, yeah, I think maybe when you think of like great power and things like,
mm,
you kind of don't, I feel like things like fertility, things like,
mm,
love, things like, I feel like a lot of times like they're like underestimated. Because they're so
mm,
they're like very feminine, but
mm.
they actually underestimate like how much power are in those things.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
how important those things are, and like the world would be nothing without, like humanity
Without
would be
that,
nothing without those things. And obviously,
so
yeah,
true.
fertility create, like, yeah, literally she's kind of like, yeah, pivotal to just like creation, and yeah, her, because obviously you can't have humanity without giving birth. As really, so yeah, she's the it girl. She's the girl she thinks she is.
She's the
So
main character.
she is the main character. So yeah.
I also actually found that the reason why she yellow and gold is like her color
Mm,
is because that color kind of links her with light
yeah, like the
and
sun and things like that,
yeah,
and yeah.
and her bright character and obviously yellow is the same color as like things like honey, which often symbolizes fertility, um
Also sweetness as well, which she's known for. She's known for her
sweetness. Yeah, and
sweetness.
she's the mothers of all things sweet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think actually both of the stories that we discussed today kind of more highlight her like determination and like self love rather than love of herself rather than kind of and also fertility highlights
Mm.
that rather than like more of like a romantic love. It's more of a self love.
Hmm. I was
Hmm.
thinking that I think it's kind of I feel like she may kind of, it's just like love in general, whether it be
Mm,
romantic or
mm.
non-romantic. Like she's just the goddess of, yeah, love, like all kinds of love. That's what it gives. Because I think she's also like kind of first of like sexuality as well, and
Mhm,
yeah, like sensuality. Yeah, that's kind of,
mhm,
so
mhm,
yeah. She's, and also, yeah, also like obviously the fertility aspect of it. Like obviously she's also very linked with like motherhood and motherly love, and
mhm,
yeah. So
mhm,
she just like has so many sides to her and so many facets to her.
mm.
She's quite complex. Um, so yeah, she's a bit of a, she just has so many sides to her. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's multifaceted. Okay, so
Oh yeah.
there
Side
is.
note. Side note.
Oh, what's the side note?
Can you wait? I just want everybody, I don't know, just go on Wikipedia and just search gods of love.
That's so random.
I just remember like
Okay,
looking,
beds of love.
sorry, gods of love, gods of love.
Oh, gods of love. I thought you said
Yeah.
beds of love.
And if you sort of, I think there's like the Wikipedia page. But yeah, there are so many. There are literally so many. And a lot of the times they're usually like female. It's very
Hmm.
uncommon for them to sort of be, yeah, to be male. I just thought that was quite interesting because when I looked at other obviously like gods of thunder, things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there were also quite a few, but like literally, this is so exciting. It's crazy. It's
Yeah,
crazy
that's
how many there are.
interesting. I guess because love is seen to be a feminine kind of trait.
Mm,
So it makes sense that people would, or the cultures would have associated like love God to be female.
mm.
But I just saw on the Wikipedia page, um when it mentions like African, sub-Saharan African love goddesses, if the first thing it says about Oshun is that she's the goddess of luxury and pleasure. Maybe
Oh,
that's why our generation, maybe that's why you love her
you
so
know,
much.
you know, you
The
know.
things that make
Amen to
life
that.
sweet, enjoyment.
Amen. She
Because
said, because of
soft
enjoyment.
life,
Soft life.
yes, she's the goddess of soft life. So I think actually a lot of people want to tap into this. Actually, I have something for you guys. I have something for you guys. Anybody that's feeling like, oh my god, Valentine is coming, and I'm not really having the love that I want. So there's a ritual bath for love that you can do to ask Ocean to
This
bring
is not financial advice.
love into your life. Um,
This is not love advice.
can light a candle
This is not relationship advice.
in front of a sculpture, an image of Ocean for 5 days.
Why is it
Tell her
so
your wishes,
prescriptive? 5 days,
preferably out loud so that she can hear you. But
guys.
5 is her number now. I
Oh,
told you
that's
this. I
true.
told you it's
Five
scary.
is her Yes, it
You see
is a
how it just
scary
snuck on
number.
us.
That's
We didn't
actually
even
a
realize it.
scary. Wow, wow. It's
Wow,
I agree with you. It's quite a frightening
I'm shaking.
number. Yeah.
I'm shaking. I wish people could see. I'm actually shaking right now.
Wow, wow. Yes.
Anyways, you light candles and all that, cinnamon, honey, shower, water in the bowl,
Shower.
ingredients, and close your eyes and ask Ocean to bring love into your life. You are welcome, all of
Did you
you.
say shower?
Yeah, take a shower.
Oh,
Yeah,
why?
yeah,
You must be clean before you
yes.
see. I don't want no dirty. I don't want no nothing dirty.
She does. She really said,
You say
cleanliness.
you are smelling. You cannot come to me while you are smelling.
I need the scent to be pleasant, please, because I love only things that are beautiful. Um, but
Wow. So yeah, guys,
yeah,
try that little thing, and give
you
us the
guys can
feedback
try
on
and give us your
how that
feedback on
goes.
how that went for you. I
And
want to know.
I wanna know
I want to
if you
know.
please if you don't get anybody after that, I'm sorry.
If you lose someone, I'm very sorry.
If you lose, that actually was. If you lose, or if somebody comes in and you know the
Destroys
person
your
is
life.
the person destroys your life. I we honestly this episode did not even air. Like we were not involved in
We're not
anything.
involved.
No.
Okay.
Um
Just want to let you all
you
know
did this
that.
of your own accord. Okay.
Anyways, guys, without further ado, you know what time it is. African proverb of the day.
This first African proverb can't actually really there's no origin country, but we have actually we have three for you. First one is a home without a woman is like a barn without a yam.
We love it.
I'm not gonna comment on it. Then the next one, no comments is needed. The next one is if you are threatened by a man, sleep at night. If it is by a woman, then stay awake. Again, no comment needed.
I know that's right. The last, but not the least. You see, we love you people. That's what we're doing. Three. The last, but not the least. If a woman doesn't love you, she calls you brother. See you all in 2 weeks. Peace and love.
Peace.
Love and light. Wishing you all the love into your life. Lovely rituals. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, guys.